2 mass shootings on a military base stateside in 1 week. And what will the DOD do about it? Well, I'll tell you what they planned on talking about 2 weeks before this happened, and let's see if it goes into effect now. Here on the next episode of Guns and Gadgets. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. This is where you're going to see all of the Second Amendment news, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, right here on this channel before anywhere else. So let's talk about what happened here in the U.S. You've had 2 shootings on military bases, both naval bases, and one of them was even a Saudi foreign national who had a gun on a military base. Now, military bases are gun-free zones. Criminals love gun-free zones. The president, when he was campaigning, even said on day one, I'm going to get rid of gun-free zones on military bases. Hasn't played out. However, that might be changing shortly. 3 weeks ago, the Department of Defense released a directive entitled Arming and the Use of Force. I'll have a link to it in the description. But what they're doing is they're allowing each commanding officer of the base A, whatever it is, to allow soldiers to carry their own guns on their own time for personal protection. There's a bunch of hoops they have to jump through, and it even says that each person who is applying for this ability to carry their own weapon during their own time has to accept that they could be held liable for any damage or loss of life at their hands. But there's finally a directive okayed by the Pentagon that will allow members of the military on a base here in the U.S. to protect themselves, finally. We already know there's been a couple shootings on bases, not just the 2 that happened last week. There's been a couple by military members, by foreign nationals, and by contractors. But in each and every case, they all could have been shut down a hell of a lot faster if there were more good guys with guns in the area. And how much more of a good guy with a gun could you be than the guys who we entrust with the guns to protect freedom? It makes no sense to me why the guys and gals on the base don't get to carry. And what makes it worse is Elizabeth Warren, the day that the first shooting happened last week, has already come out and said, we need gun control. Even our military members aren't safe from gun violence. So a quick rundown, like I said, I'll have a link in the description of this directive, but commanders 05 or above may grant permission to DOD personnel requesting to carry a privately owned firearm, concealed or open carry, on DOD property for a personal protection purpose not related to the performance of an official duty or status. Applicants must be 21 years or older, and they will have to show proof of compliance that may include a concealed handgun license that is valid under federal, state, local, or host nation law where the DOD property is located. So that says there that they're actually going to let the guys overseas carry as well, guys and gals. Written permission will be valid for 90 days or as long as the DOD component deems appropriate, and will include information necessary to facilitate the carrying of the firearm on DOD property consistent with safety and security, such as the individual's name, duration of permission to carry, type of firearm, etc. And with all of the active shooter crap that's making its way onto the bases, this should have been a no-brainer. Should have been lock, stock, and barrel. But here we go. At least it's now official, and each base can do it on a case-by-case basis. But you would think it would be good to go, right? Well, no. Army Chief of Staff General Mark Miley has argued against this, saying the more guns we have there, the more risk of danger. But the Pentagon said we're going to roll this out in spite of him and his feelings. In fact, the Air Force already has a plan going into place. If you are in the military, let me know if you've seen this on your base. If you haven't, maybe look into it and report back to us so we can let everybody know what's going on out there. That would be a great help. If you're watching this and you have a member of your family in the military, please share this video with them. If you have a neighbor, someone down the street, know a forum of where guys and gals in the service congregate, please forward this to them. They need to know this, because who else should be able to defend themselves more than the people who are the defenders? If you have served in the military, I would like to hear your point of view and your comments down below. I'm pretty sure there'll be some good ones. Look forward to seeing those. Until we see each other again, please share this like wildfire. The more members, past, present, and future of the military see this, the stronger and safer they'll be. Thank you for your time, Until we see each other again, I'm Jared from Guns and Gadgets. Be safe, stay vigilant, and carry your weapon on the base. Take care, everybody.